What's good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan back with another Xenoverse 2 video for you guys. Today we're gonna be talking about the actual skills that were changed and messed with within the update. Now there were not many, but there was also 30 Super Souls that were added within this update that we're gonna be breaking down as well. Now I want to give a huge shout out to the homie Demon Boy. He is the one who found all this this stuff in the data mine and in the data of the update. So again, man, huge shout out to him. His Twitter will be linked down below in the description. Now jumping into the skills, like I said, there's really not much that changed. There are some that got a change to them that could be very helpful, but just taking a look at them with Ki Blast Thrust, it added a better aiming on the Z-axis, so hopefully the move is more accurate. Volleyball Fist, now this one had the change. It changed how the skill works. You will not teleport into you will now teleport into the second hit instead of just going straight into it. You cannot cancel the second hit into another skill anymore, which we saw on a disrespectful sub Saturday video, which was absolutely lit, not gonna lie. But it does supposedly work way better online now. Have not tested it for myself yet, but that is what he found in the actual update notes. Now looking on to Giga Boost, it got a slight acceleration boost. Then instant charge, it just had an audio change, which was kind of weird to me. But then moving on to data input. Data input will now stay active when stamina broken, which I mean I don't really see as being like useful like that in the sense, because when you get stamina broken, you're not in a state where you can really, like, you know, go into the dodging of data input, because you're like staggered. I would imagine right after the stamina break, I can still punch you without you actually dodging. And then also data input takes stamina to use at the same time, so I'm kind of confused as to whether or not it just stays active, so it'll be on when your stamina comes back, or if you can actually, you know, use a little bit of the data input while your stamina broken if your opponent messes up. Now the last skill that actually got changed was Brave Heat. There was a slightly better homing movement on the Z-axis, increased knockback time from 76 frames to 90, and you can't tech it anymore. So basically this move should be landing online. I'm assuming that's what he's basically saying. It should be working to people where people cannot roll out of it anymore and things like that, which is dope because Brave Heat is a pretty lit move. It's just really not that usable when it comes to the online play for the reasons like the fact of people teching out and rolling out of it. But those are all the skill changes. Now we're going to jump straight into the Super Souls, and again, there are 30, so it may take a while to get through these. Alright y'all, now we are on the Super Soul part of the information that he put out for us. Again, Demon's Boy Twitter will be down below. Be sure to check him out, show him some love. And one thing to also keep in mind about these Super Souls, guys, while there are 30 Super Souls, as of right now there are only Mentor Super Souls, as in only our mentors can actually use them. I do not know why that is the thing. I don't know why we didn't get them. I'm assuming they'll be available for us in maybe later events, raids, or maybe in the TP Metal Shop, something like that, because usually most Super Souls that the characters have, we have available to ourselves as well. But jumping straight into these guys, the first one is Krillin Super Soul. Time to show you how hard I've been training. And basically when you're using the Scatter Kamehameha, you get an XL boost to it, and it also temporarily will boost your normal attacks for 30 seconds by 15%. So that's honestly a pretty good Super Soul for Scatter Kamehameha. And the Limit Burst brings the Scatter Kamehameha attack up. So imagine when that actually comes out for a CAC, you can actually run Scatter Kamehameha and probably get some very nice damage from it with that Super Soul right there. Now the next Super Soul is from Yamcha. It says, finally a worthy opponent. When using the Wolf Fang Fist or the Neo Wolf Fang, you get a boost to the Wolf Fang or Neo Wolf Fang by 20%. Then it activates Ki Auto Recovery mode, and then the Limit Burst is Wolf Fang Fist and Neo Wolf Fang Fist attack up as well. So that honestly is a pretty good Super Soul as well. Definitely makes the Wolf Fang Fist more viable even without the Limit Burst. And also, again, like I may have said earlier, I don't know if I mentioned it, but there are new Limit Bursts. We've never had a Limit Burst for Volleyball Fist attack up, Wolf Fang Fist, and Neo Wolf Fang Fist attack up. So there are new attack Super Souls that are as attack Limit Bursts that could be coming to our CACs in the near future. Now the next one's from Tien. It says Volleyball Fist, here goes. When using the Volleyball Fist, you get a 20% boost, and then when Volleyball Fist hits or is blocked, you get a restoration to Ki. Basically you get 1 bar of Ki, which is fairly lit. I mean, if you just combo into this move, I believe it only takes 1 bar of Ki, so it almost becomes free at that point when you have this Super Soul active. That is pretty dope right there without question. And then the limit burst is just rising the attack of Volleyball Fist as well. Now the next one is Piccolo's. It says, sorry for the wait, you ready? When using Special Beam Cannon, you get that XL boost, and then it boosts Ki Blast base moves by only a small amount of 5% for 30 seconds. And then the limit burst again is the Special Beam Cannon attack up. A lot of these are similar. They have different temporary boosts, but a lot of them for the most part are similar. As you guys see, they're more attack based limit bursts, but there are some that I believe are not just attack based as well. Moving on to Gohan's, his is a Masenko based Super Soul, where you get that 20% boost for your regular when you just use the Masenko, and then afterwards you get a temporary boost for 15 seconds to your melee attacks. I mean for 15% for 30 seconds to your melee attacks, and then of course the limit burst again rises the power of the Masenko. Now the next one is coming in from Raditz, guys. This one is it gives a boost to Double Sunday by 20%, and then when you do land it, you get a boost to your normal attacks by 5% for 30 seconds. It says it can be stacked up to 6 times, but it says 5%. So basically, if you hit this move multiple times, you can get to 10, 15, 30. You are basically up to 30%. If you do get that stack of 6 times, it's going to be kind of hard to land that many Double Sundays, but the fact that you can stack it does make it a bit better without question. Now the limit burst just rises the attack power of Double Sunday as well. Now next up we got Nappa's Super Soul giving a boost to Arm Crash, and then when Arm Crash hits, it takes away 200 Ki. That's absolutely just OP. Like, what? 200 Ki gets taken away. You can basically negate your opponent's Ki throughout the game with that right there. And then the limit burst for it is bringing an attack up to Arm Crash as well. Now Vegeta Super Soul, when using Gallic Gun or Earth Splitting Gallic Gun, you get that 20% boost, and then when you land either of these moves, you get a 5% boost. Max is 30%, as you guys see, and it can be stacked up to 6 times just like Raditz. And then the limit burst again is just going to be rising the attack power of that move. Now Ginyu Super Soul, when using a pose, you get a restoration to Ki. So every time you use a pose, you get 50 Ki back, which is half a bar, and you also get 50 stamina back, which is half a bar stamina as well. So that's not too bad also. And then the limit burst is auto health and stamina recovery. Now the next Super Soul is Master Roshi's Super Soul. I don't know who's it's for, but when using the Kamehameha, you get a 20% boost, and then when using the Kamehameha, when it actually lands, you get a boost to melee attacks for 5%. The max is 30. Again, this is another one that is stackable, and then the limit burst just rises the power of Kamehameha. Now the next one is try dodging this Nam Super Soul. I don't know who it is exactly on, but when using cross arm dive, you get a temporary boost to your normal attacks by 20% for 15 seconds and your strike attacks by 20% for 15 seconds. So basically, after you land that, if you decide to use this in a stamina break or anything on like a strike build, you're gonna do some serious damage from then on out if you have this Super Soul on with cross arm dive, and then limit burst will raise the power of cross arm dive as well. Now the next one is Tao Pai Pai Super Soul. I'm assuming it belongs to Tien. When using the Dodon Ray, you get a restoration of 50 Ki. When the Dodon Ray hits or is blocked, you get a temporary boost to normal attacks by 15% for 30 seconds. So that's not bad at all. And it makes the Dodon Ray basically only take half a bar Ki each and every single time you use it. Now, the next Super Soul is from Golden Frieza. It says, now then it's time to dole out some vengeance. And when you're using Emperor's Death Beam, activates Ki auto recovery mode when the battle begins. Restores Ki by 400. So basically, when you hit Emperor's Death Beam, you get an activation of Ki auto recovery to make it do even more damage. And when the battle starts, you already get 400. And then the limit burst for this one is not an actual buff to the move as far as damage, but you do get an attack up and Ki auto recovery while your stamina recovery speed does go down. Now the next one is another Vegeta Super Soul, and when using charge skills like energy charge, it activates Ki auto recovery mode. That's kind of lit right there. And then also when using charge skills, it temporarily boosts melee attacks by 10% and temporarily boosts Ki based skills by 10% for 30 seconds as well. That is honestly a very, very good Super Soul, not gonna lie to you guys. And the limit burst is auto health and stamina recovery, and your defense goes down. The next one is a Super Soul for Teen Gohan. It says when using an ultimate attack, you boost your ultimate attacks by XXL 25%, but it gradually does drain your ki after that point, and then limit burst is attack up, ki auto recovery, and stamina recovery speed down. Now, the thing about this Super Soul right here, the fact that you're getting a 25% boost, you're going to deal out some serious damage with that ultimate regardless right there, and most likely you're going to kill your opponent, so that gradual drain of ki really doesn't come into effect that much. Now the next one is a Super Soul for Frieza. It says when using a super attack, it boosts super attacks XL by 20%, and then the limit burst is attack up, ki auto recovery, stamina recovery speed down. Next one is Hercule Super Soul, and it says once when evading, your stamina will restore by 300. When using Miracle Kneel, your stamina restores by 100. Oh my no! This is gonna make those annoying Hercule players and the whole with the iframes and how much Miracle Kneeling is done and all that. That's just gonna make Miracle Kneel that much more annoying. Like, Miracle Kneel now is basically using your stamina to vanish, since it's only taking 2 bars just like a stamina vanish will, but you got a guaranteed opening on your opponent after that. So that's kind of crazy right there. Super Soul might be a little bit annoying. I'm sure a lot of people who play without limitations will find that annoying for sure. Now the next one we have up is behind that one. This is a Kid Goku Super Soul. When using an after image attack, temporarily boosts melee attacks by 15% for 10 seconds. Not that great. And then limit burst is attack up, ki auto recovery, and stamina recovery speed down. The next one we got is As Quiet as the Sky, another Kid Goku Super Soul. It boosts normal attacks, boosts movement speed, and then the limit burst is auto just guard. And this is at all times. That's honestly pretty good. The fact that it boosts your normal and your movement speed at all times, that is definitely not bad at all right there. Now the next one is Majin Buu's. When the battle begins, deals sleep damage to self always. Activates ki auto recovery, and limit burst is auto health and stamina recovery. So I'm assuming when the battle starts, you're automatically asleep, but you will have auto ki recovery from that point on. Now the next Super Soul is from Bardock. I'm going to defeat you. If you when you use your awoken skill, your normals will be increased by 10%, and your ki base moves will be increased by 10%. This is nice right here because it's not one that is just for like Super Saiyans or things like that. It is literally just for awoken skills in general. So other races using Potential Unleashed can use this one as well. Now the next one up is Turbo's Super Soul. It gives a boost to all ally attacks at all times by 5%, and the limit burst is Revive Gauge auto recovery. Really not that great at all. Next one we have some Oceanus Senron. When health is above 50%, your damage taken goes down by 15%, which is pretty nice, not gonna lie. And then the limit burst is the defense up. You have super armor. Now next up we have a Super Soul from Turles, and when a reinforcement skill is activated, all your attacks will be boosted by 20%, and then limit burst is attack up, ki auto recovery, and then of course the stamina recovery speed goes down. Now next one up is from Lord Slug. Time to show you my true power. Once only one health is below 50%, you'll get 15% back. So like if you get to 49, you're gonna be back at 64, and then your normal attacks will be boosted by 5% from that point on. So I'm curious if that 5% will still stay there even though you go back over 50%, like if you're at like 49 or 48, pretty much like I said before. So I'm kind of a little bit confused on that one. Kind of would like to see how it works for myself. The limit burst though is the whole auto health and stamina recovery. Now next up we have Cooler Super Soul, and it says once when using an ultimate attack, temporarily boost ki blast base skills by 20% for 30 seconds. That's pretty good right there without question. And then limit burst is attack up, ki auto recovery, and the stamina recovery speed down. Next up we have Salza's Super Soul. This one is when your enemy is KO'd, so really only good for team battles or parallel quests. You boost your ki base skills based on how many enemies you've KO'd by 5%. The max is 50%. So again, this is really just good for like parallel quests that involve a lot of enemies and things like that. Now the next one is I will consume all of your life energy. This is Metal Cooler Soul, and when a charged ki blast hits, it will reduce your opponent's ki by 100%. By 100, basically meaning 1 bar, and you get 50 ki back, which is half a bar. So every time you hit a charged ki blast on your opponent, they will be losing a bar ki, which is fairly nice, not gonna lie. Next one up we have Broly Super Soul. I wonder which Broly it actually is, but when your health is above 75%, you get a boost to all attacks by 20%, and then it boosts the amount of ki restored by 20% as well. And then the limit burst defense up, you've got super armor, ki recovery speed goes down. And then finally the last Super Soul Enjoy watching the bloodbath from Bojack. When your health is above 50%, you get a 15% boost to all your attacks. And then the limit burst is just an attack up key auto recovery one as well. But those are all the new super souls that were added within the game, guys. Be sure to let me know what you think of these super souls. Like I said, some of them do kind of look a bit OP. Like the Vegeta one looks a bit crazy in my opinion, looks very nice. The Hercule one looks like it's just going to be fairly annoying. Like some look very, very good, some look very annoying, some look kind of OP. Like the Golden Frieza one, I wonder how fast that key auto recovery, or how much that key auto recovery is really going to help when you're using that Emperor's Death Beam to keep it going, because again, it's just going to make it last longer because you have ki coming back while you're using ki at the same time. So there's a lot of super souls here. I'm assuming, like I said, we'll be getting all of these for our CACs in the near future. But again, be sure to show some love to Demon Boy. His Twitter will be linked down below in the description for you guys. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.